What up, YouTube family? This is Dr. Julio Cabrera, aka the Fighter's Physio. We're going to continue our overhead squat assessment video sequence, if you want to call it that. Essentially, we're going to look at the front view here and discuss the bilateral knee valgus movements that you can see whenever somebody's doing a functional squat. So go ahead and show the audience what a valgus movement looks like at the knees, just squatting to this platform. So these are the things that are going to help correct that faulty movement pattern. So more often than not, that movement pattern is usually one of two things. It's either lack of motor control or coordination, so the person doesn't know how to engage their glutes while they're squatting, or it's a lack of strength in either the foot and ankle complex or the hips, but usually it's more the hips than anything. So go ahead and face the camera. And I'm gonna have you come over toward the platform. And then literally, the simplest way you can address this, at least in my opinion, is by attaching a band at the lower part of the leg, as well as slightly above the knees. What this is gonna do is this is going to apply a resistance force that's pulling both your tibias inward and your femurs inward. Now this pulling the tibias inward is going to force all the muscles underneath the arch, as well as your peroneal on the outside of the foot and ankle, to engage, to then lift your arch and stabilize your foot so that you have a nice stable base to transfer forces from once you're squatting. The band above the knees is actually going to address any glute weakness we may have. So oftentimes we'll have a little bit of gluteus medius weakness, which won't allow us to what we call abduct or abduct, right? Our femurs, or the glute max, which externally rotates the femurs, both of which in unison with one another is gonna help to keep those knees out, give the quads a nice line of pull, and keep the trunk nice and stable under heavy load as we squat. All right, so go ahead and show the audience exactly how a squat should look like with the bands on. No need for the kettlebell yet. You typically want to start unloaded just to sort of learn the movement pattern. Now I have the box behind Ben in case you're someone who doesn't necessarily have the ability to squat with full depth just yet, safely and moving efficiently. So go ahead and do just one more, maybe 5 reps, just do a couple reps. That way they can get an idea of what it is. Now Ben's going a little faster, there we go. I want you to slow it down here, that way your mind has time to perceive the stimulus of the resistance force at the hip. Now you can do this as part of a daily routine if you want to really get the glutes firing within a couple days. Or you can honestly do this as a warm-up. I oftentimes will do maybe 10-15 reps of these, but I'll use the kettlebell. Go ahead and show them what that looks like. Yeah, exactly. And then another thing I'll add with this, if you're someone like Ben who's pretty flexible, pretty strong, is you'll hold at the bottom for about 2 to 3 seconds, really focusing on that driving out of the knees, and then come right back up. And if you notice that pause at the bottom there, you'll really feel that light that ass up, right? Exactly. So that's essentially addressing both strength and a little motor control, because that tactile feedback of pushing you in is going to teach you how to drive out.